Hi Soul Fam, how are ya? Welcome back to my channel, Spiritual Dowsy. I'm your favorite host, Dowsy LeMay. I hope you are all doing great out there. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch this. Hopefully it resonates with you, and if it does, please subscribe, follow, and check out my other social media platforms in the description box below. But if you don't like this and it doesn't resonate with you, just leave it. These are my truths, mine alone. They don't necessarily need to be yours. All right, so we're doing the energy update for December 2023. This is where I share the numerology, the astrology, and some energetic themes that could be playing out in your life, and hopefully it assists you and helps you through this transition to find more connection and love in your life. All right, before I do that, go out, get my book, Becoming the Creator, A Practical Guide to Spirituality and Connection. This is timely material for helping you find a deeper connection in your life, utilizing the exercises, my own personal experiences to find more empowerment and truth of who I am and what I am, and to find more peace and joy in my life. Go check it out at my website, spiritualdowsy.com, and you can also find the book at amazon.com, Books a Million, and Barnes & Noble, etc. If you do that, I really appreciate your love and support. And if you have read it, by all means, please write a review. Let me know what you think, and hopefully it's a good one. All right. So here we are. We got December 2023 here. This month is going to go out with a bang. But before I do that, I always like to share some of the headlines that happened last month that I felt was kind of in alignment with the energies and numerologies and things I was talking about last month. So first thing that came up in terms of truth in the vibrational energy of the sevens was lots of election issues showing up. Primarily what I saw was one of the big things was this mayoral primary election being redone due to fraud and duplicated ballots that being discovered in Connecticut. We also had geopolitical issues here in the US, a lot of things around Eric Adams in New York, and also seeing career politicians no longer seeking re-election, right? They weren't going to seek re-election. That was very interesting to me. Wondering why that was happening, especially during such a politicized environment. You would think that they would want to continue to do something and create a better world, but maybe they had to be stepped aside or asked to step aside or decided not to do it anymore. Who knows? Anyways, that also leads to lots of protests happening everywhere. Protests everywhere. This is going to continue to be a massive energy on the rise, a wave of energy, a fire, a transmutative fire, if you will, cleansing out this level of being that requires anger, re-establishing their power, finding more empowerment in the life, and bringing and taking back their power as well. So we're going to start to see that more and more. You're seeing it all over the world, especially in the Eurozone, and we're going to start to see that pick up in the US as well. All right, infrastructure kind of things happening. We're seeing train derailments, especially around toxic materials and chemical plants exploding and malfunctioning and being destroyed. We're also seeing earth things happening, volcanoes, earthquakes, i.e. Iceland. Did you see all the earthquakes and the things happening there? It's almost like the country was split in half with regard to how many earthquakes they're having. Also flooding happening in Dubai. We are going to continue to see strange weather patterns, and part of that is manipulated, and part of that is the earth shaking out some of the dark and dense energy that's on it. Other things that came up during this month was the January 6th tapes were finally released, and seeing the truth around what happened there. Also information about Ukraine being part of the bombing team of the Nord Stream pipeline. And so not so much what the experts in the news told us about being Russia. It turns out it wasn't them. What about the idea of the Chinese president coming to this US soil in California? I don't understand why California. Why wasn't it in DC, where you would see these high-level political people you would expect them to show up in the DC, but they were here in California. And on top of what happened with that, having all the homeless people just suddenly disappear, and that Newsom decided to use the taxpayers for that reason to remove all that and clear up the streets. Like, why wouldn't you have done that for the taxpayers already? A very interesting contrast and something to question, especially for those in California. But also remember that there was a hidden lab that was discovered in California that was linked to China that contained nefarious and numerous different types of viruses and deadly things inside of it. And all of a sudden, after the visit, the president came to California, and then after that visit, now we have this mysterious pneumonia spreading around China and spreading around the world. This is where we're going to need to remember our lessons that happened with the COVID, and for those who want to remain their sovereignty, you're going to have to really stand strong and be in your light and hold your sovereignty and your power. We had new presidents and prime ministers being elected. How about the Sean Puffy Combs kind of issues that are coming up, and the sexual abuse that he's been blamed on. Also financially, we had major banks having bank deposits that were delayed for a lot of people, not being able to receive their paychecks and still not able to get at that money as we go along. And lastly, something in line with the numerology of the 9, Charlie Munger, the right-hand man to Warren Buffett, big financial guru, died this month at the ripe age of 99. All right, so given the headlines, what's happening, it's going to be the same thing going into December. It's like everything is happening all at once, right? All at once right now. And I don't know if any of you can feel it or you can see it. It's like there isn't a moment that goes by that something significant isn't coming up. Something big is coming up. And that's that numerology of the 7 that's going to that's bringing up that high vibration, the high spiritual number. It's about truth. It's about discernment. It's about it no longer hiding, right? It's coming up, and all that is hidden shall be shown in the light. All right, that's what this year is going to be. This month is going to be, and it's going to go out with a bang. So, firstly, the numerology for this month is around the 3, because it's the 12, and that breaks down to a 3, and that brings a social dynamic to our reality to help us reflect our inner selves, right? We get to learn more through the collective social environment, through groups, through society, through larger organizations, and much like the collective, right? Community, communication, expressing many emotions with others, talking, and creativity and co-creation is usually what is around the numerology of the 3. You take in the numerology of the year, which is a 7, and you can sense this energy rising. You can sense it coming up, more truth, higher vibration coming out. And also healing is part of this as well, right? Acceptance to that you have rejected. So when you have the truth, right, you're finally not denying what has been hidden. You're finally accepting what is there. You're allowing yourself to see it. And that is synonymous with healing, because healing requires you to stop rejecting aspects to you, which is going to be important as I talk more about the themes and the numerology we play out. Either way, the combination of the two numbers breaks down to a 10, which is a 1. 1 is all about new beginnings. The first in the series, a direction, an action out of nothing. It is a time of stepping into the unknown. Interestingly, that is going to be a theme as we move into near the end of the month into the new year. Okay, so we have this collective arrangement, social groups, our co-creators from a more broader perspective, going to reflect a lot about us on the inside that is needing to be changed, and that will reflect the truth, the things that need to be accepted for us to make changes to get into a new direction, right? That's what I'm expecting from a numerology standpoint, and overall it feels like we are going to be going out with a big bang coming into this month. So raise your consciousness and awareness. You're going to see the truth, you're going to see changes, and that's going to lead you to a different direction. And we're talking about Christmas this month, the Christ light within. You're going to see your truths. You're going to have to see the light within you, and you're going to allow yourself to choose differently than what you were before to lead you in a new path going forward, one with more light, more love, more joy, more compassion, and more peace within your life. The last thing I will say, especially with regards to the energy, is that there is a level of consciousness that's trying to keep us separated, fighting, divided, distracted with small things so that we remain small, disempowered, and distracted from what is actually playing out. It's really easy to fall for, right? Things that pit you against religion, color, ethnic background, monetary stuff. It's really easy to fall for. And you starseeds, you soul fam, those who are watching this, as we move through this month, peer into the vibration that is being conveyed through the collective this month. Pierce that illusion, because you can't go any further if you keep co-creating the same stuff that they're trying to get you to fall into. It requires an inner perspective, a perspective that needs to shift. It requires you to see the truth about yourself, and it requires you to bring awareness to that, a level of consciousness, so that you can make a different choice in that choice point to move you into a different path as you go forward. That which is being reflected via the collective and the things that are happening there, all right? Do not fall for the separation agenda. See unity, see connection, see divinity, see love, all right? That's going to really help you as you move through this month and we move into the new year. All right, the astrology events that's going to aid the numerology and the things I'm talking about is on December 1st. Mercury moves into Capricorn. So we're going to be focusing on our overall goals, our long-term plans, right? Highlighting the things about us such as our reputation, our career, things that we seek approval for, etc. And getting things done sooner rather than later. You're going to want to do that because of all the energies that's going to be playing out shortly after the 1st. And you'll be a little more serious about these things and communicating these things as we move into the beginning of December. On December 4th, we have Venus goes into Scorpio. Transformations in your relationships, having very little patience for things that aren't real, that aren't deep, and aren't meaningful for you. You're going to lean towards things that are more sincere, real connections, and anything that isn't, that's on the outside, on the peripherals, if you will, aren't going to really have much of your attention and your energy, and you're going to see those things kind of get shaked up a bit. So that leads us into the last quarter moon on the 5th of December, in the last quarter moon in Virgo on the 5th of December, and that's about clearing things up, getting things organized, and opening up to new projects, right? Because on December 6th, we have Neptune finally goes direct in Pisces, all right? The retrograde ends, and now we start to see clarity come in to help you understand what you are missing, to help you understand where you need to take action to fulfill your dreams and your fantasies. So your dreams and your fantasies and the things that you desire and your passions are going to be highlighted around this time frame. And this is going to help you with the following energies, the numerologies, as we play out for the rest of the month. So spiritual, psychic gifts, your creativity will be enhanced during this time frame. One of the big dates here is 12/12, all right? The December 12th, the new moon in Sagittarius. This is going to be a good time to build upon the big ideas within you, to realign new goals, and to not lose sight of the things that are important to you. Because what's going to transpire as we move through the rest of this month are things that are going to hijack this energy to keep you myopic, to keep you distracted, to keep you kind of frantic and chaotic, all right? So on this day, it's really important to not lose sight of your goals. Good time to look at your goals, revisit your goals, create new ideas, big ideas, realign with them, because this is also a day that breaks down to the numerology of the master number, the 33. Usually this is a number or energy that is hijacked in the collective. Things happen typically negatively on this day, and so be mindful of yourself and be mindful of how you co-create with the collective, or what is being projected to you via the collective, and what is being reflected internally when you see these things, if this is you on 12/12 of this month. Because on 12/13, December 13th, Mercury goes into retrograde in Capricorn. So this is going to feel like your blocks. This is going to feel like going backwards, especially with relating to your goals and your career and your aspirations and your reputation, your reputation, etc. Right? Communications and plans going awry. You're not going to be as patient. You're not going to be as organized. And you may lose sight of yourself in the details, right? Leading to this idea of being chaotic, frantic, and being caught up in the short-term noise of what's happening in the world, or just like, constantly putting out small fires in your day, keeping you kind of in this locked space. It's going to be important to keep your goals at the top of your head, or in the front of your mind, so you don't get lost in that kind of stuff. All right, on December 19th, we have the first quarter moon in Pisces. This is where intuition is going to pick up more. It's going to push you more to use your intuition to the forefront. Work with this energy, with your intuition, your divine feminine energies, because there are retrogrades going along, and all that logic, all that communicative stuff, all that left side masculine energy is going to be a little bit chaotic. But you're going to want to focus a little bit more on your intuition. But don't throw all your logic out there. Be logical about certain things. Be grounded about that, and not becoming untethered and being all over the place because you're fully all about your intuition and you lose sight of reality. All right. Then we come on to 12/21. This is where the sun enters Capricorn. This is where your ambitions, your directions, your goals are going to be the main focus. Getting yourself on the right path is where you're going to start to focus your energy. This is also where we have winter solstice, the return to the light. The days start to get longer. This is also where the day is the shortest amount of light, and many things can occur during this time frame. All right, many things could occur on this time frame, and it feels like there's going to be a huge pickup of energy, and this could cause a number of different symptoms. I think many of you have heard of those ascension symptoms, such as not being able to sleep, being irritable, having wild dreams, feeling like you're in one world, out the other world, having body pains, etc. So I just feel like there's something going on with energy, and a huge influx of energy that could impact you, especially around this time frame. Also, keep in mind, this is another 33 master day, right? The 12 and the 21. So be mindful with regards to the collective and what's being conveyed here through the collective, and just look at yourself internally before you get all caught up and spin out of control with what's happening in the narratives and the agenda there. Also, right after this, we have Mercury is still in retrograde, but enters into Sagittarius. So that means we become a little bit more lazier. We get prone to excess and selfishness, especially that the fact that we're moving into Christmas time frame. So you're really going to want to keep your focus on the big picture, but don't lose too much sight of being grounded, being untethered for reality. Don't completely disregard your logic and some of the detail. You just want to make sure you have those goals in front of you, because Christmas time is coming here for those that celebrate that. And to me, this feels like a mixed bag for many of us. There's certainly energy around awareness and consciousness. So you're going to want to honor yourself, self-love, honor those that you co-create with, honor the divinity within you and others. Also, find a place where you can open your heart. Open your heart, and that's going to be really powerful during this time frame with these retrogrades, with these master numbers, the numerology, etc., and the themes I'm going to talk about. Having an open heart for you and for others is going to be really helpful, especially with regards to acceptance and forgiveness. Something really important as we move through in the themes I talk about. All right, because shortly after we have the full moon in Cancer on the 26th, the day after Christmas, and this is about home life, home, family, and emotions. Okay, emotions, resolving things around the home front. Things will manifest to help you deal with this, and this could be a very potential time for the energies, especially with your emotions. So be mindful of your emotions. And on the 29th, Venus enters Sagittarius. This is a great time to be with your loved ones. This is about spending time with those that you care about, to also go on adventures, to explore, to open your heart, and also allow yourself to be free. Free yourself from things, free others from whatever judgments you hold to yourself. That's another theme we're going to be talking about, so that you can be in a space of more connection and love and having fun in that adventurous type of energy with those that you love. And on the 30th, Jupiter goes direct into Taurus. This is going to help you improve your physical aspects of your life, such as your finances, your resources, finding more stability and security. So a great time to focus on abundance and yourself and feeling secure as we move into the new year. All right. So, of course, this leads to the new year, whatever that means for you. But as we move towards for 2024, which is the numerology of 8, all I can say is this: get ready. Big changes are going to occur this year. Manifesting results of everything that we've been going through are likely to be created and received in 2024. And that is the physical results of the energy. The lagging effect of all the energetic stuff we've been working on internally is likely going to be spewed out in 2024. So prepare for 2024 to be absolutely mind-boggling, intense, and crazy. And this month is going out with a bang to launch us into that energy for 2024. So here are the themes that I think a lot of you are going to be playing out with. The first is the idea of new beginnings and emotional fresh start for many of you. This, of course, is the idea of saying, like, there is a state of being and a place of infinite possibilities and a wide range of emotions to be experienced through those infinite possibilities. And it's going to take just your courage to take the initial small steps towards who and what you want to be. Okay? This could be a time that is just allowing you to be adventurous, to step into that new you and all the beautiful emotions that you're going to go through as you move through these infinite possibilities to create the thing that you're looking for. And it also could be a time of a love and connection and friendship. So this means, like, for me, around the holidays, obviously clearly indicating the connections and love, health, joy, friendships, the numerology of the 3 helping us reflect those things about you on the internal aspect to you. And if this is you, if you find yourself within this energy of the fresh start, connection, friendships, health, joy, moving into a new path, go with this energy. Go with it. Let it fill your cup, if you will. Let it fill your emotional cup and let it overflow you and run over everything. Because this will help you revitalize. It will help you be in the moment. And it will help you carry this energy through the month into 2024, where we have the numerology, the 8, which could be really beneficial for you as you go forward. So feel what you feel. Feel what you feel. Don't discount your feelings. Don't throw them away and say they're a useless part of you. This is important with regards to the energy themes I'm going to be talking about in the next one. The emotional body is really important to us. It is a useful tool. It's a powerful tool to help us understand how we are creating as creators. All right, I talk about that in my book, chapter 4, right? Chapter 4 in this book, talking about your emotions and how they're used and how you get to use them to see how you're creating as a creator. So this feels really important and pertinent in the later half of the month, given the numerology and the astrology. Be mindful of yourself and allow yourself to feel, and if you are in that good space, let it run, let it flow, and you're going to be in a much better place going into 2024. The reason why I'm talking about emotions and utilizing as a theme is that so many of us are trained to ignore those emotions, right? We're trained to ignore the good as well as the bad. We are trained to say, we shouldn't feel this. This isn't how I want to feel, and we discount them, we reject them, and we try to either plow through them through action, or we just pretend that they're not there. And we all know, given all the videos I talk about, how that does not help you. All it stays within you. It becomes part of your vibration, and it becomes part of the law of attraction, which you create to help you see it so that you can release it, heal it, and let it go. All right? Because the second theme I'm talking about is about freedom. Freedom is going to be a theme this month, whether it's freedom from social constructs, social contracts, freedom from one's self-imprisonment, such as your level of perfection that you want to attain, etc., or freedom from grudges that you have on yourself or on others, or grudges that people have on you, etc. This mostly feels as a freedom of an inner freedom to me, and about forgiveness. All right, many of you will experience reflected choices or reflected patterns through the social dynamic that will be around the judgments that you hold about yourself and others in your reality. What you deem to be good or bad or worthy or not worthy or positive or negative, somewhere within you, this aspect to you, this seed that you have of rejection is causing many of you to look upon your life and say, I don't accept this part of me. And that judgment is being reflected. It's going to be, in a very powerful way, through the social dynamic, it's going to be reflected to you. Whether you're judging others, you're judging yourself, you're comparing, you're competing against other people, it's all going to be here this month. It's all going to be extremely aggressive in your reality, and mostly through intense and deeply powerful emotional responses that you experience through the collective or social groups, your friends, the broad sense of society. Pay attention to your emotions here. This is going to help you see the core of what is happening with you. All right? The core of where you feel unloved, rejected, not good enough, etc. That means within this idea of freedom, pay attention to how you talk to yourself, especially around the things you say in comparison, or where you mess up, especially about the words you use when you mess up. And do you say things when in front of your friends when you mess up, or you're wearing something or whatever, you judge yourself and you say, oh God, I hate myself, whatever. The way you talk to yourself is going to be an extreme, powerful insight to the judgments that you are holding on that needs to be healed. Pay attention to how you talk to yourself. All right. Can you accept compliments from people, or are you all constantly downgrading yourself in front of those compliments? Do you compare yourself to others and your friends and how much better they are and how you're not good enough, etc.? Right? The retrograde in the astrology and the numerology that I talked about is highlighting a lot of this for you. And so be mindful what is presented in these experiences. Be mindful of your emotions that are coming up here. It's all going to help you see that. And that's why I say forgiveness is going to be it, folks. This month, with regards to judgments and being free, forgiveness is where it's going to be this month. Where can you forgive? This is all within relation to Christmas time frame and the Christ energy and all that. where can you forgive? And I mean truly forgive, not like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna let it go, whatever, but you're holding on to a little bit of that grudge, right? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about where can you really forgive yourself, let go, and so that it no longer holds you down anymore, so it no longer keeps you chained, right? Where can you forgive yourself? Where can you let go of your faults? Where can you release that bar or of should or I need to be perfect, whatever. Let it go so that you can move into the new year of the numerology of the 8 in a much better place without this heaviness holding you down. All right, then you may get this whole new beginnings, new energy, fresh emotional starts, etc. that I was just talking about. All right, that many of you may end up feeling. All right, in alignment with the judgments, right, the things that you judge upon, the things that you don't like about yourself. Keeping yourself distracted is the third theme this month. We're talking about digging your heels in and not giving up an inch because you don't want to face the things that you want that scare you. You are going to keep yourself distracted and more distracted. And I guess this is where many of you will fall into the category of kind of like the wheels are falling off the bus situation because you don't want to do the work. In fact, you're going to do these behaviors, you're going to fall into these patterns that aren't good for you. And you're going to do it because you won't acknowledge what's going on. And you're going to continue to do this self-harm, self-sabotaging thing because gosh darn it, you're going to do it. And you don't want to face it, and it's the easier way out. When it's not, it's just going to cave in on you. So behaviors that weren't good for you, you could see people falling into this kind of stuff. Certain addictions that keep you where you are, and your social groups and your friends are going to highlight a lot of this. I also feel, this could be for some of you, something about going back to bad relationships. Don't do it. If this is you, don't do it. You're just in a state of vulnerability that needs or requires you to look at yourself and to work on yourself so you can find love, you can heal, you can release the judgments, and you have a fresh start. Don't go back to the bad relationships and the things that weren't good for you in the first place. If nothing has changed, why do you think it's going to change again? You're just doing it because you want to feel something, and this is an easy way to distract yourself from not doing the work, all right? Don't go back to the bad relationship. This also requires a lot of honesty too. The devil, should we say, the distractions, the illusions, works in lies and illusions. Where are you lying to yourself? Where are you lying to yourself and saying that it's true? Where can you step back if this is you and you're falling into all these different patterns that aren't for your highest good? Where can you step back and ask if this is completely true for you? All right, that's going to be really helpful to help you cut through these things with the numerology of the 3, the new beginnings, and the esoteric high spiritual truth number of the 7 should be a tailwind to help you break through these kind of things. All right. The last energy update is that we have kind of this mental fry energy that's happening, feeling a little bit scattered, feeling like there's no direction, or having a difficult time moving, right? Because the mental is kind of stuck. The retrogrades are going to assist with this energy, especially with Mercury going retrograde in Capricorn and later in Sagittarius, feeling lazy, feeling like things are going backwards, communication, all these things. It just feels some rather powerful influx energy, especially around the 21st of December here, that may make you feel like you're going a little bit crazy or that the energy is going to be extremely crazy. And you get caught up in the details. Might get caught up in the daily news. You might get caught up in the short-term noise. You could certainly fall into a lot of the energy, especially around the 33s, the 12-12, the 12-21, and how sometimes those energies kind of get hijacked because they're trying to get you to the separation agenda, right? That energetic frequency that I think needs to be moved, where you need to move on from. You no longer need to play that. You need to heal, look inwards, etc. But anyways, that's the energy I'm talking about. So it would be really helpful to, if this is you, and you're kind of like feeling like you're frantic, you're chaotic, you are just, you're mentally fried out, the energy's up there, is that you do one, you keep your goals at the forefront, get your priorities, and remind yourself about those things. Work on those things and better yourself towards your goals, and you will be in a better place. Number two, create some time to meditate, to calm your mind. It's not going to be beneficial as a creator to be in this frantic, mental, fried state of being throughout your day, only to continue to mimic and create and vibrationally push out the same energy. You're just going to get more of that chaos. So that means number three, get outside, even if it's cold, get some fresh air, get grounded, and move some energy, right? Move some energy and exercise. Move your body. Get outside, move your body so that you can ground yourself, flow that energy out, and you can be either in the moment or allow yourself to work through the mental fryness and energies that you're feeling. It could be very powerful. It could be very intense. And sometimes just being able to ground, get outside, move the body, get in a space where you can meditate or be able to work through things will help you with the latter half of this month. All right? Leading into a much better place going into the new year, especially with more light coming in and the energy influx. So I hope that helps you. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I love you. I wish you all the best, and a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all of you, and I love you.